Hello, friends. Gonna go ahead and put the shopping link right here in the comments. So this is where you can find all of the makeup and everything. So it's my blog. So you'll click rayahope.com and then you'll scroll down to Shop Beauty. And that's where you can find all of the makeup we're gonna use on Mama. If you have never seen one of these tutorials before, we try to do them about once a month. I think we're like a month behind on that. But this is my mom. Her name's Lisa.
Be kind.
She is
59.
Oh, wow. 59. Wow. I thought you were 53. 59.
You always, you're aging me backwards.
Yeah, well, good. She is 59 years old. She has combination skin, oily and dry. She has a little bit of redness, a little bit of fine lines. Not too many. No.
Don't look too close.
Nope. And she runs a scrapbook inn here in San Diego called Scrapbook Inn.
San Diego Scrap Inn.
There you go. San Diego Scrap Inn, where you can go and scrapbook with your girlfriends. So make sure to follow her on Instagram.
Thank you.
What's your Instagram handle again? Shops or
San Diego Scrapbook
Inn. Okay. Scrap Inn? Okay.
Scrap Inn.
Okay.
INN.
I'll go ahead and put in the link in the comments. She also sells those essential oils that you've seen me talk about. And yeah, she's my mama. So we're going to... Yeah, babysitter, cat sitter, dog sitter, house sitter, chauffeur, mom. So I'm going to do her makeup today. So on her face already we have on 2 products. And it's the same 2 products that I put on my skin before I put on any makeup. And this is going to be really important, especially for you older gals, because this is going to ensure that your makeup settles correctly on your face. It doesn't pill up or go into any fine lines or large pores or anything like that. So the 2 products that we use beforehand are these guys. So we spray her face down with the Touch Bold setting spray. We do this all over her skin, and then we apply about a dime size amount of the mattifying face primer. If you're more dry skin, you could use the hydrating, but the mattifying works for both dry skin and oily skin because there's no silicone in it, so it's not going to dry you out. It feels very refreshing, almost like a water-like consistency when it hits your skin, which is really nice. So we apply this all over her face. We work it into her eyes, underneath, over her lips, everywhere, and then let it settle into her skin so we don't apply anything else for like 3 to 5 minutes. It's important to let your primer set into your skin so it doesn't mix into your foundation, which is just a waste of primer, let's be real. So then after we've waited for 3 to 5 minutes, then we go in again with the setting spray and we spray this all over, and this is going to set that primer. So that pre-makeup routine is extremely important, and it's important too, like, that you're grabbing these products, because I have definitely used other primers on the market and they just didn't work as well. You get what you pay for. Plus, these products last for a really long time. So make sure to snag these down here, rayahope.com, scroll down Shop Beauty, and or comment color match. All you have to do is comment color match or comment pre-makeup routine, and I can give you the product list and the links too if you need them. So now that we have our skin fully set, we're going to go in with the stick foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations for mature skin because it's a cream base. It's extremely easy to use. You literally just mark up your face.
She loves this part.
I do. It's really fun. It is a fun foundation because it's very simple, very fast and easy. And you have a lot of control over how much is going on and where it's going. So we went ahead with the shade Chiffon. And now we're going to take the blending bud to apply. And we're just going to bounce this off our skin. And this is going to instantly give you that really nice gratification with hiding redness, hiding large pores, because this blending bud is compressing the makeup down into place versus using a brush or something that will just kind of smoosh around the foundation. This is really going to compress it down and give us that really nice soft coverage. I really love the blending buds for mature skin for that exact reason, but especially if you have larger pores or anything like that. I'll have you turn this way more so I can get you. And then you're just going to bounce this off the skin, just like you see me do in my tutorials. Same. And I always apply over the eyes and then look up really tall. And then I'll kind of, not a ton of product around the lower eyes, because again, we don't want to have too much foundation there, but because we're going to go in with concealer. And then always blend down the neck for a really nice soft coverage, and you can look back at them. And then you can always go in with more too. It's totally buildable without feeling cakey or dry, or like I said, it won't pill up or anything like that. So we're going to go in again with the stick foundation in the shade Chiffon for her. And if you need to be color matched, just comment color match down below, and I'll give you a full recommendation on what colors you are. All I need from you is a selfie facing a window. So you'll just take a selfie facing your window, no windows behind you, and I can tell you what colors you are exactly in the foundations and concealers, and we can kind of talk about what your goals are, whether you want something full coverage, something lighter. Everything also has a love it guarantee. So say you get your foundation in the mail and you're not loving it, or the color is just slightly off, you can always return it for your money back too, which is, I love that about our company. All right, so that was the foundation coverage, very fast, like I said. And then now we're going to go in with the concealer. Oh, yay, nice.
I can't see
They're saying they like the tutorials with you because you're their age.
Aww.
And Fancy says your mom is gorgeous.
Oh, hey, Fancy.
Okay, so now, oh yeah, she's wearing her headband. All right, so now we're going to go in with the Skin Solution Concealer. I'm using the shade Lace on her today. The shade Taffeta would probably be a better match, but she didn't bring it.
No, forgot it.
It's okay. All right, so the shade Lace is fine because we can always use that for a highlighted. And notice how I applied the concealer more so on the inner corner and outer corner, not underneath or in that triangle shape like I do in myself. And that's on purpose because we're going to start, you can relax and kind of look down. Or sorry, just like tilt your head down a little bit. Right there. And then look your eyes up like that. Yeah. So we want to blend this out like down here on the sides and then on this inner corner, and then we'll start to bring it down and around the lower eye. And that is on purpose. And then close your eye. And that is on purpose because this is going to ensure that we don't have a ton of that product in those areas that most of us have those fine lines and wrinkles. So we're going to, again, blend down on the side and then pull outwards just like this. And this is not only, and then look up. This is going to give us that coverage on the under eye, but without having a lot of that product right underneath. And then again, just bounce, 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 and then close your eye. I always bring it up and over the eyelid. This will kind of help to act as like eye primer for our eyeshadows or whatever we're using. Okay, and look. Okay, so now that we have our concealer and our foundation on, trying to get it not to be so blown out. Oops. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and set. So for me, for example, I always use the Touch Bold setting powder because I have more oily skin. For more dry or combination skin, this is a really good product to use. This is the Prime to Set powder, and it comes like this. So what you'll do is you'll turn it upside down to get some of that product out, and it fills up the little cup. Now, I recommend using a brush similar to this. This is by Morphe. It's a 438 brush, but anything kind of tapered and smaller will work. You want to tap it into that powder and then tap off, and then I'll have you look up. Now, this is not a baking technique. I always use a baking technique on myself, but this is not. This is how you'd use it in the other way that we always talk about. This is going to set those troubled areas that otherwise crease, still drawing out those oils, and then you can tell them what it feels like.
I was just going to say, this is my favorite. It feels real moist, real cool, almost like kind of wet.
Because it has a water releasing technology in it. So when it hits your skin, and then close your eyes, it's going to set the area, but it's also releasing some water molecules into your skin, which helps the foundation to expand and just look much more natural and set those areas without drying them out. So this is a good product, and again, it's supposed to have that room in there because it will activate if it's too packed. So I know you guys get this in the mail and you're like, oh my gosh, that's not a lot. But I mean, you use the smallest amount and it's going to last you a very long time.
It's real refreshing too when it hits you. The first time she did it on me, I'm like, oh, was this supposed to feel like that? Is this supposed to be wet?
All right, so now we're going to go in with our pressed powder in the shade Chiffon, using a big giant kabuki brush, which again, just comment brush and I'll give you the link to this guy, and I'll also put it in the caption, or I'm sorry, in the comments, going over your eyes. And now this is going to be really, really, really important for all skin types because this is going to not only make your skin look softer, look more porcelain doll-like, it also Helps to set the makeup and gives a little bit more coverage. And then I'll have you look up like really tall. Yep. And you'll use it right over everywhere. And it just overall makes your skin look so refreshed and just so like even. It's gorgeous. So again, that was a pressed powder in the shade Chiffon that we used. And the pressed powder actually has shea butter and a UV protectant in it. So it's actually going to be really hydrating. And so it won't like dry you out or anything like that. All right, so now for bronzer, we're going to do the Beachfront bronzer just like I do. On top of the tapered blusher brush, swirl in the cap. And then again, if you haven't yet, make sure you click that little share button in your bottom left-hand corner. So that way you can share this on your wall for when you get your makeup in the mail. You could do it along with us. And then turn this way. Now, I'm kind of tapping this product on to her skin in those areas just to lessen the amount of product that's going on there. For me, for example, I go straight in with it because I love a big, bold contour. But with her, I want something a little more softer. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it in, swirl in the cap, and then we'll kind of tap this on, and then we'll swirl. So it's kind of lessening the amount of product that we're using in those areas because we don't want a really bold contour. We want something really natural and really soft for her. So around the jaw in this area, and you can use that swiping motion, and then always down the neck. So now that we have our contour, which again looks very soft and subtle, but still makes her whole face look framed and looks like you're 10 pounds lighter. Look at you go. All right, so now for blush, we're gonna do my favorite blush color, the shade Sisterly. And this we're gonna use on the setting powder brush. And then you can smile. And we'll pop this on the apple of her cheek working to the hairline. This is going to add that really pretty sheen to her skin while adding a little bit of color. So she's not going to look washed out or anything from using just a bunch of powders and concealers and things like that. You tend to lose your natural like glowiness when you do that. Rochelle, what's what called? I'm sorry. I know I moved kind of fast, but I will go ahead and give you guys the full product list in the comments. I'll go ahead and link it right here. So this is where I'm going to be posting the finished makeup look, so you can check it out right there too. All right, and then for highlight, like I always tell you guys, a little bit of zhuzh to your makeup's always a good thing. It's going to add that really pretty sheen to your skin. It makes it look glowy and dewy and hydrated, and just overall gives you a really pretty appearance. And that's called the Touch a la Mode Luminizer. And we use the shade Pearly. But again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment color match if you need a recommendation. And I'll go ahead. Your mom and daughter are twins. They are.
Oh.
Yep.
Roycey.
Yes, they really are. Royce would be in here if she could.
Just shoo her out and lock her out.
I know.
She'll be right there.
Yep. All right, so now for brows, we're going to do the new brow duo on her. This is the pomade and powder. This brush is going to be super, super important. It's called the Spoolie Brow Artist Brush. I'm going to tap it into the pomade first, which is kind of like your wax. And then you're going to tap it into the powder form, which is the powder. And we're using it in the shade brown today. So when you're doing brows more naturally, you want to have a very light hand. Pinkies up. Very light hand, because you don't want it to look too dark or too formed. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to follow her natural shape of her brow. I might go in with more powder, but never more pomade until the end, because we don't want our brows to look shiny. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow that natural shape. And I'm using a very, very light hand. Like, does it even feel like I'm touching you?
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's super light.
Very light-handed, and that's going to be important because this is going to help to make it look very dusted on. So we're just kind of giving her brows a little bit more, almost like a little bit more depth to them, because this is going to make them look almost fluffier. And we're kind of playing around with the shape too. So as you see, I'm going up to where, so you can always figure out where your arch should be. So you can take your pencil and put it next to your nose, holding it diagonally. It'll go across your pupil, and that's kind of where you know where the arch should be. And it's totally okay if you don't have a very defined arch. It can be rounded, but that's kind of where you know where it should be. And then for the cap, I always say, like, cap off your brow. You'll take that same pencil or the brush and hold it alongside of your nose and go upward. That's kind of where you know where it should be capped off or stopped. So we'll just kind of etch in those areas just like that. And then we're going to take the pomade one last time and go over it. Now the pomade and the powder actually have vitamin E in it, and argan oil and biotin. So they actually help your brows to grow, become fluffier and healthier. And the gel, like pomade, helps to lay everything down.
Wow, I have eyebrows.
You do, and they look really nice, but natural and soft. Yeah. I have brows microbladed. Would you recommend this product or the new pencil? Either or, honestly, but I feel like the pomade and powder give you more control. And I'll have you look this way so I don't give you wonky eyebrows for the day. So again, very, very light hand. I always go along the bottom, and then I'll go along the top, and then I'll follow the natural brow shape to the arch, go downward, and then I always like fling out the tail, and then grabbing a little bit more powder. Same thing here, and then we'll begin to color in. So same idea that I always do for my eyebrows. I follow the shape and then color in. And then if you ever feel like, oh gosh, I put a lot of powder there, which I just did over there, but it's okay, I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, so then how to fix it is you'll just take that spoolie side and you'll come through, and this will kind of help to separate the powder a little bit too. And voila, fixed.
Yeah, she's not pressing into me at all with it. She's just touching the eyelashes or the eyebrows.
Very light-handed.
Yeah,
and then you can...
super light.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so now that we have our brows done, now time for eyes. We're cruising through this live. So for an eye look, so my mom has hooded eyes, and what hooded eyes are is essentially where your upper eyelid kind of takes over your your brow bone is taking over your eyelid. So if you close your eyes, the whole area is down underneath. So totally okay, totally normal, especially when you're getting a little older. But she's always had hooded eyes, even in her youth. So here's kind of what you want to do for hooded eyes. So you want to use colors that are very attractive to the eye, meaning that they're gonna like make your eyes look bigger and not like overpowered with like, you can always do a smoky eye. Those look really pretty too, but on a more everyday basis, I really like this color. This is the shade Reverend in the liquid eyeshadow. So I'm gonna have my mom close your eyes, and we're gonna apply this all over the eyelid. And now this color is one of my favorites because it actually has primer infused in it, so it's not gonna budge. It's not gonna accentuate her fine lines or wrinkles on the eyelid. Keep your eye closed. And we are going to take a cream shadow brush, the Sky, and then when that's on there, I'm just going to kind of very lightly press this around. This will blend it out, and it will also make it look really soft on her eyes. And then you can always take this up onto the eyelid, a little bit higher, just like so. Now, like I said, this is a really pretty soft color, so it's a good one for every single day. And then you can turn towards me a little bit, and I'm going to do the other lid. And it's really easy to use. It is crease-proof, smudge-proof, and it's really, really pretty. All right. And then go ahead to apply. And this is not, like I said, going to fall into any fine lines, creases, or pores because it has that primer infused in it. Goes on liquid and dries into like almost a powder finish, but not too much. Now I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to take the shade Astute, which is just a really soft brown. And we're going to use this very light-handedly, and we're going to blend that out just a little bit, just so it looks with a little bit more depth. I love this shade, which again is the shade Astute. It goes with any and all eye shades. And we're going to just apply that into the crease with, again, the fluffy crease brush. All right, I'll have you open your eyes. Astute. So, yeah, Astute is the color. All right, so now for lashes, we're going to do the brand new magnetic lashes.
Yay!
So,
first for me.
Yeah. So these are really, really fun. I'm going to show you guys how to use them. Actually, let's put on your lip gloss first, because then this will be like the finished look. So we're going to use the lip gloss in the shade Luxe. Yep. I'm just going to apply it on the center and then have you just kind of, yep, all over. I love this color for every single day because it's super creamy and high gloss without being sticky. And it's a nude, like a really pretty nude color. So if you're looking for like the color that goes with all colors, the shade Luxe in the lip gloss is one of my favorites. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, kind of looks like your lips, but glossier.
Real natural. It's not brighter.
Kind of crazy. I know. I'll go natural on you today.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for magnetic lashes. I'm going to start with the Dip and Draw eyeliner. So the Dip and Draw eyeliner is also on sale in the August special. And we're going to go in with this first. And then I'll have you just close your eye. You could just relax. And I'm going to take this along her lash line. And the reason that we're doing that is because it just helps you line up the magnetic liner a little easier. All right. Oops, got that all over my finger. And it's super easy to use because it has a really defined little tip to it too. I'll have you look. This, actually, let me do this one more time. Close your eyes. And don't laugh. All right, you have to relax.
Okay.
You're not relaxed. We'll wait.
I'm sorry. All right.
Okay. It's like the Mary Poppins episode where he's like floating because he's laughing. Think of something sad. Oh God.
I'm gonna cry.
I know. Great. Now you get to see how waterproof the makeup is now too. Jeez Louise.
Okay. All right. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Take two.
Take two. Okay. I'm gonna go over it again. And again, this is just helping to line up the magnetic liner here in a second. But it's super, super pointed and easy to apply. And I'll have you look the other way. Don't open your eyes.
I was making
I knew you were.
I'm trying to see what you're doing.
We're doing liner. Okay. All right, don't open your eyes.
Okay.
Dries fairly quickly, but helps to, and I'll have this really fast because I got it all on my fingers. All right, so now we're gonna let that dry for a second. And I'm gonna dust her lashes with the Twisted mascara, just so it has a little bit of darkness, and then I'll have you open your eyes just a little bit, but not all the way. Yeah, that's perfect. And again, we're just dusting these just so they blend in with the magnetic liner, or I'm sorry, the magnetic lashes when we have them on because they are black. So if you have blonde eyelashes or auburn or light brown like my mom, this is going to be important because you want them to flow and look like they kind of blend in with the magnetic lashes. So you don't need a ton of mascara, just a tiny bit. Okay, so Twisted is on, and now I'm going to go in with the magnetic liner. And then I always recommend I kind of wipe some of that off because it does come out pretty heavy. And then close your eyes again, and you'll want to keep them closed this whole time until I tell you to open. And then we're going to take this right along. So now that I have that Dip and Draw eyeliner on, it kind of helps you line it up. So it makes your life easier. Okay, and then keep your eye closed. Takes only a few seconds to dry, but you want it to be a little bit tacky before. Now for her eyelashes, today we're going to use the shade Encouraging, which is the kind of the more everyday lash. So these are called anchors. They help to hold the lash down if you need them. You don't have to use them. Magnetic liner will do its job, but if you wanted to use them, you can. So before you apply your lashes, you want to make sure that they fit. So we're going to kind of barely touch them to her eye to make sure that they, actually this one's a perfect fit. So we're just going to go ahead and apply to the magnetic liner. And then keep your eye closed for a second. And you can always do the Dip and Draw liner over it or leave it too. So while you have your eyes closed, I'll have you turn this way. So I'll do this side. Pull your lash just a little bit, just so it tightens. Another trick too is you can actually use a more like tapping technique instead of like drawing. Like trying to get like a perfect line. Keep your eye closed. And then we want to let it dry for a little bit. Yeah, Gloria, let me know what that says. And if you have any trouble, always feel free to reach out to me here on Facebook. All right, so again, we're going to kind of line it up. So if we need to trim it, that one actually looks pretty good too. Keep your eye closed. How you would trim it is you take your scissors and you will always want to trim on the outer or the inner side. I usually go for the inner side, and you'll take off just a smidge and then you'll line it up again. You want your lashes to fit the size of your actual lash. You don't want them to hang over either way. And then I always kind of press them in on the center, and then when they're on, I'll kind of press on the outer and the inner side. The bundle in the August special actually comes with tweezers as well. Keep your eyes closed. Which look like this. So you can use this side to comb out your lashes, and then you have this side to make sure that they're all the way on. So now this is a really good part for your tweezers. So I'll have you open your eyes, but not a lot, right there. And then I'll kind of use this to make sure that they are attached and close to the lash, which they look perfect. And then close your eyes again. And then I'm actually going to set her makeup while her eyes are closed. Now this is going to add moisture into her foundation. It's going to help everything expand and look much more softer and natural on her skin. It's also going to help to prevent transferring as well. But I feel like there's a very common misconception with lashes, especially magnetic lashes, thinking, oh, I'm almost 60, I can't wear these, or I have hooded eyes, they won't look good on me. And that is completely false. You can look at them and open your eyes. It totally brings your eyes to life, especially hooded eyes.
I have eyelashes.
You have eyelashes, and they don't overpower her, and they look so beautiful on her. Do they feel secure? You don't want to pull them, but do they feel good?
Yeah, they feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love these ones because they're really easy to use, and it doesn't matter if you're 30-something or 50-something. They look phenomenal on your eyelashes, and it may take a little bit to learn how to do it, but I mean, it's new to you, so that's okay. But what you will want to rely on is you want to share this to your wall so that way you can watch on the replay. But if you have the same tools, it's only a matter of time before it just all clicks. So very simple, very easy to use. Make sure you get your fancy mirror also, because I could not do it without mine. This is called the this is called the Gala. I love this mirror because it tilts all the way. I'll go ahead and leave you guys my discount code and my link in the comments. But I do recommend to get a good mirror from Fancy that does tilt, because it will help with application. Also has a magnification on there. Phenomenal mirrors. But that was a whole makeup tutorial, you guys. Doesn't she look pretty? I think you look so pretty. So make sure to shop down here, pen in the link, which is rayahope.com. Comment color match down below if you need any help picking out your makeup for whatever occasion, whether it be every single day or just something to make you feel good. So again, comment color match and make sure you're shopping at rayahope.com. Scroll down to Shop Beauty. And let me know if you guys have any questions. If you can't find any products, I'm here to help you guys. So I love you all. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Happy Monday.
Bye.